They hate you. There's no other way to put it. Every single one of the senators that have voted to advance this $95 billion Ukraine Israel aid bill after the failed border deal. Check this out. So, a $95.34 billion bill that includes aid for Ukraine, Israel, Taiwan advanced in the U.S. Senate on Thursday after Republicans blocked compromise legislation that included a long sought overhaul of immigration policy. It is one of the worst deals ever. It would let around 5,000 people into the United States every single day. That doesn't sound like border security. That just sounds like them codifying Biden's human trafficking policies on the southern border. Senators backed a procedural motion by 67 to 32, exceeding the 60 vote threshold to advance the bill. 17 Republicans voted in favor. All 17 of these Republicans are trash. They're not Republicans. They're rhinos. They're part of the uniparty establishment that hates Americans and the American taxpayer. This is a good first step. This bill is essential for our national security. I don't know how securing borders of other countries is for our own national security when we won't even do it for our own. For the security of our friends in Ukraine, Ukraine is not an ally, it's not a NATO country, it's a very corrupt government. We should never even give them a single dollar, but instead we have given them hundreds of billions of dollars. Also in Israel for humanitarian aid for innocent civilians in Gaza and for Taiwan. Schumer said in the Senate after the vote, "We're going to keep working on this bill until the job is done." Yes, they won't do anything for Americans, but they will work so hard to help out everyone else and devalue the American dollar. It is absolutely insane what they're trying to push with this. The security aid bill includes $61 billion for Ukraine as it battles Russia's invasion. We can't stop the own invasion on our own southern border. $14 billion for Israel in its war against Hamas, and $4.83 billion to support partners in the Indo-Pacific, including Taiwan, and to deter aggression by China. It also would provide $9.15 billion in humanitarian assistance to civilians in Gaza and the West Bank. Yes, America doing what it always does, funding both sides of the war, giving money to Israel and Gaza. Because we know exactly what's going to happen once that aid gets to Gaza. It's going to be stolen by Hamas. We know exactly what they do. Hamas is the acting government of Gaza, and they just steal all the humanitarian aid that goes to them. They don't give it to the civilians. They use it to build bombs, build their tunnels, and help keep their own power in Gaza. And if you don't believe me, here we have video of it. Video evidence is just the latest showing of the terrorist organization Hamas exploiting the civilian population of Gaza, whether by firing from civilian locations, as the IDF has reportedly shown, or using humanitarian aid in various nefarious uses, such as storing weapons within the UNRWA labeled bags. Early in the day, the IDF said it found Hamas using the UNRWA labeled bags to hide explosive devices, AK-47 rifles, and an RPG. Why are we giving them money? We know exactly what it's going to be used for, but of course America has to fund both sides of the war. And one of the most infuriating things about this bill is the money for Ukraine, for me. All right, I remember when the Democrats used to be the party of anti-war. Now, every single one of them have voted in favor of these Ukrainian aid packages. They have given aid to a country that's not an ally, not a NATO country, and an extremely corrupt government. All right, why are we still in Ukraine? It makes absolutely no sense. There's special forces from America on the ground in Ukraine. They have been there for years and fighting. All right, it is America fighting Russia at this point. Congress never declared war, but we're still over there fighting, giving them billions and billions of dollars. Makes absolutely no sense why we're still there. All right, let's just look at the Ukrainian battle map. All right, this was from June 2023, right before the huge Ukrainian counteroffensive that we all heard about. All right, that I knew wasn't going to do anything. All right, so we see here Russia came in and took exactly what they wanted. They took the land bridge from Russia all the way down to Crimea. All right, let's see after their huge counteroffensive from January of 2024. Oh, it's the exact same. The only thing that has changed is Russia has more entrenched their defenses to secure this area. Why are we still fighting? They came, they took what they want. They're just securing it. They're not taking any more. So we're just throwing money at nothing. All right, Ukraine has sacrificed an entire generation of its population to fight this war. All right, they have run out of young people, young able-bodied people. So now, if you're 50, 60 years old, all right, they see you on a bus, they pull you right off, hand you a gun, and throw you on the front line. It's absolutely disgusting the amount of human life that was lost over this, all right? We need to stop fighting, all right? We had a few years ago, we had a peace deal. But then Boris Johnson flew and stopped it so they could keep fighting this war for whatever reason. And whenever people bring up that, oh, this is to weaken Russia, Russia could be one of our strongest allies, all right? Europe is a falling continent, all right? They are self imploding on each other, all right? And we are just pushing Russia further and further into China's arms with this, all right? We need that's one thing we need to do. We need to get Russia on our side. They could be one of our greatest trade allies in the whole world, but instead, we just to fight them. This isn't the USSR, all right? This isn't the Soviet Union. This is Russia right now, all right? We don't need to still act like they're trying to blow up the whole world with by nuclear weapons with mutual destruction. No, this is past this. We are way past this, all right? We need to stop the war in Ukraine, all right? We need to stop funding the wars, all right? Israel can fight its own war. We need to focus on America right now, all right? They can spend hundreds of billions of dollars for Ukraine and all these other places, but they won't do a damn thing to help you and your family, the American taxpayer. It's absolutely disgusting what is going on, all right? We need to stop the dying in this war, all right? We could easily do that by stop giving them money. Why are we giving a non-NATO, non-ally, extremely corrupt government hundreds of billions of dollars while our own economy and people are suffering? All right? They will just continue to devalue the petrodollar until inflation just keeps going up and up and up. It's sickening to see, just as a person, the amount of human life that could have been saved, but it didn't. All right, these people are just thrown to the meat grinder. Is Russia perfect? No, I don't agree with this war, but if there's a way to stop this war without any more people dying, then we should do it. uh, I just every single one of these Republican senators that have joined on to vote for this, they need to be removed from office. Next election, they need to be voted out because they're not Republicans. They're just the uniparty, all right? They're just the uniparty that wants to blow up kids overseas, devalue your dollar, import millions of illegal aliens into your country, all while being like, oh, we want to help people. They want to help everyone but you and your country, all right? There's no other way to put it beside they hate you, all right? Pick whatever side you want in this war. I don't have a side. I just want people to stop dying, all right? Innocent lives being lost because Ukraine doesn't want to let them go. These people living here are ethnic Russians, all right? Russia has come in and they've taken what they wanted, and they have. And the people there, they don't mind. Like I said, they're ethnic Russians living there. But Zelensky wants them tax them. All right, he wants their taxpayer dollars. That's the only reason. All right, don't get me started on Zelensky. He's a disgusting human being. It's absolutely infuriating that Joe Biden brought him over to stand on American soil. All right, that should make everyone's blood boil. It is absolutely asinine what is going on in the world right now. All right, and we saw in the recent interview with Tucker and Putin that Putin said the war could be over in just a few months. All right, there could be peace deals. But the most infuriating thing is we had a peace deal. We had a peace deal years ago, and Boris Johnson flew in and canceled it for whatever reason. Oh, I know why. It's because Ukraine's just one big money laundering scheme. All right. How much of the money have we sent over has just gone missing? How many officials has Zelensky fired for corruption since this war has started? We need to stop funding this corrupt government. All right. Nobody cared about Ukraine just a few years ago before this war started, and now people are acting as it is a bastion of democracy. It's not a democracy. All right. They arrest their political rivals, they throw them in jail. All right. They ban elections. All right. It's just we need to stop the dying. We need to stop all these people dying for no good reason. All right. The people living in the land bridge down to Crimea, they're ethnic Russians. All right, and they don't support the CIA-backed coup that happened back in 2014. All right, that's why you remember when that happened. They just walked out of the naval base. They said, "Oh, this is Russia," and the people were just like, "Okay, cool, it's Russia now." All right, the people here are ethnic Russians, and they don't want to be a part of Ukraine. So why are we just continuing to throw people into the meat grinder? I just think we need to stop all this dying. It hurts as a person to see pointless death like this after we've seen it all our lives, all through the beginning of the 2010s, the early 2000s, people just dying in the Middle East. And now, once that went away, once we got Afghanistan, we need a new scheme. Oh, it's Ukraine, a new money laundering scheme for the elites to use. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear one good reason why we've given Ukraine a single dollar. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. Thank you.